Me, I'm just all alone, stressed out. Took a day to the lighten up to my mood, but I can't. Nothing ain't going right. Ain't no love in the city, the solo flight. Every moment
Check.
Yo.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to your Friendly Neighborhood podcast. I'm your host, Nahshon, and today we have the very vibey, very chill Duhon. How you doing, bro?
What is the deal? I'm doing good. How you been, bro?
Man, I'm doing wonderful. I appreciate you even taking the time out of your day to come out and chill with the Friendly Neighborhood. So I kind of want to straight hop into everything just because leading up to the interview, I took a listen through your discography on Spotify, and I was super impressed by the vibes and just the energy that I got from every single song. You kind of keep it on more or less the lighter side in the sonic aspect of it, of just it's just really good music. It's really good vibe music, really good I can see myself playing it in the car on a trip to the beach and shit like that. So I want to commend you on that first. And then also that kind of leads into the question of what are some of your influences when it comes to music and your creative process?
Man, honestly, when it comes to the creative part of it, I think it's more so what I'm listening to at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as influences go, I think the main influences I really look at is Justin Timberlake and Kendrick Lamar.
Whoa.
Yeah,
okay.
no, it's a pretty interesting combination.
Yeah.
Which I
wasn't
always
expecting that.
Yeah, I always get that reaction from from individuals when it's oh geez, there's something like that definitely needs to be mixed 100% once it's finally in that mode. But when it comes to that, I think it's like I said, it ranges from 70s music all the way to the present. Right now I've been listening to a lot of Stevie Wonder.
Nice.
And just his main hits throughout. I've been listening to a lot of that. I've been listening to a lot of classic rock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been trying to get into more the 80s kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I just think it's such a good time in music, and I think it's a lot of information that could be spilled within this present time, because I mean, there's a lot of things that are still going on socially.
History is definitely repeating itself in that aspect of just even the political landscape of what's going on in the world, and then just the overall vibe that we're getting. And especially I can hear it in a couple of your tracks too, where and I said there's a feel good type of vibe throughout your music.
Oh yeah, most
but
definitely.
When I'm listening intently to some of the lyrics that you're going to, even on some of the I guess more somber serious tracks, is just oh, okay, this person definitely has a story to tell, has a message to get out there, and that's super dope that you even take time to go back to previous music, listening to the sounds and the words and messages of our past predecessors and stuff like that, which puts you in a crazy position as to somebody to take the reins and kind of them giving you passing that torch to you.
Right.
So I want to commend you on that. So that's super dope. When it comes to the actual music itself, do you work with a group of producers? Do you have a solid producer that you go to, or do you kind of shop online for beats and stuff like that? How do you come across certain music that you do, or do you produce it yourself or something like that?
There's been times where I've honestly just had to take the YouTube route.
Yeah.
And just shop online for my beats, and it's honestly helped.
Yeah.
I think I definitely dig in when it comes to YouTube producers.
Definitely.
I've always been told don't find any YouTube producers that have 5,000 views.
Yeah.
Just because I've always looked for the underrated ones, most definitely.
Yeah.
And it's paid off. I mean, I've been able to DM them exclusively and just be hey bro, appreciate your content. I've been working on your shit, and I definitely got some stuff if you ever want to work. And it's always positive vibes, bro. Always try to become professional, especially when it comes to those situations. But other than that, though, I do have a couple producers on my team. Right now, I don't know if I know you heard probably Past 200, Slow Mo, and
oh shit, okay, yeah,
and Stack It Up.
Yeah.
So those were all produced by GZK.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah. Shout out Alex. He's the homie, bro.
That's what's up.
We've been rocking with each other for like probably since like 2017.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So we've been working.
Yeah.
We've been working. It's just we haven't really figured out like what sound we really want to go for.
Yeah.
But I know every time we work on something, it's gonna be always something great.
Yeah. Gotta have that type of chemistry with like that one producer. It usually helps when that happens, and obviously time has shown that, just because you have like Timberland and Missy Elliott, you have Drake and 40, right. And then I guess we can lead into like another question with that. Is there any like rapper producer duo that you kind of like look up to, or kind of want to like go down that same path with some of your people that are on your team and stuff like that?
I mean, for one, that pops into my head is probably Justin Timberlake and Timbaland.
Yeah.
And
legendary.
And then definitely Justin Timberlake and the Neptunes.
Okay.
I think those by far are like some of the craziest. That's like some of the craziest music I've ever heard.
Okay.
And I know I sound biased.
Nah, that's a good era.
Just, yeah, but
like either one of those are like are is a perfect matchup, to be honest.
Right. And I totally agree on that. And it's just there comes a point where you realize, like, dang, this is like the kind of music I want to make sooner or later. You know what I mean? Like, my goal is always to make timeless music.
Definitely.
Like you said, like, you can literally play the music back and back and back and back. In certain areas too. If you go to the beach, and I mean, living in California, you go to the beach.
Yeah, any day.
You know what I mean? Any day you want. So I mean, that's a for sure playlist.
Yeah.
I think I've always wanted to build a story, especially when I make my music. And I think last year I definitely dropping 11 songs. I think you can definitely hear the story, and you can definitely hear the development.
Yeah.
Which is 100% dope.
Which is crazy that you say that you dropped 11 songs last year. And for people that are probably watching this in the future and stuff like that, last year for us at this current moment was 2020, and we have been going through a whole lot of mess throughout the year and stuff
Ridiculous,
like that.
Bro.
So for you to stay consistent and drop like those 11 songs, it's pretty much almost like for the first 11 months of the year, it's like a song a month, but it seems like you've really taking your time with each one of those. Like, you really dedicated that whole entire month to said song or whatever. And then I kind of went backtracking through your Instagram and stuff like that. I get my little studyment on, and I was just like, oh wow, like you put a lot of promotion and a lot of effort into these songs, which I commend you, just because, again, being an indie artist, I know how much work that is, and it's like you working so hard on just this one track for say like a month or and a half or whatever, and then putting it out. Most of the time it's like we drop something, move on to the next thing, don't even think about it. But it seems like you drop something and you're like, hey, check it out, blah blah blah, and you start to give other content to go with it. So that's tight. How do you usually go about like your process of saying like, all right, the song's done, and then you have to put it out, and then you have a rollout and all that stuff? How do you usually go about that approach to saying like, oh, this is how I want it to be portrayed and whatnot?
You know, there's been times where I've had to obviously adapt to change.
Absolutely.
And I think that's been everybody throughout pretty much this beginning of the year and the whole last year.
Definitely.
So I mean, when it came to my promotional stuff, I mean, it was very, I mean, I'll be honest with myself. There was times where I felt like it was very lackluster.
Yeah.
And I think just at the time, like, I was dealing with school and I was dealing with a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, personally, like, dropping the music for me was just like the plus.
Okay.
But what I would usually do, I kind of had a little set plan. Like, for me, I'm not afraid to share information, bro. I think, honestly, when it comes to a community, you have to share information. Yeah. So I use SubmitHub, I mean, to go on blogs and stuff like that. I would definitely hit up playlists for sure.
Yeah.
I think Spotify playlist is definitely something that a lot of indie artists should hit up.
Okay.
I think also something that I didn't hit up would be TikTok.
Oh, okay.
I mean, and I know artists are like, oh, I'm just the artist.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do that stuff. And I get it. I feel the same way. But there's times where you have to get out of your comfort zone.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know what
for
I
sure.
mean? So, TikTok is definitely another one. And then, yeah, I mean, honestly, just trying to build a story throughout. I think that's the main thing that you should do to keep your audience engaged. If you can build a story around it, then I don't think you really have a problem as far as your promotion goes, because you're definitely obviously going to progress throughout the songs.
Yeah.
Which is what I've done, and then obviously other artists have done.
Okay.
So definitely kudos to the artists that have definitely like build a story throughout their music.
For sure, I appreciate.
Yeah.
I appreciate you even giving out like some of the information of just like, hey, I went about it this way and this way and that, because you kind of are right in the sense of like some people are kind of scared to be like, oh well, this worked for me, but if I tell somebody else, it might not. It might risk my chances of progressing or something like that. Mm-hmm. But I definitely respect you for doing for having that mindset of just like, hey, there's enough of this to go around. You're sharing the knowledge, and I know for sure later down the road that's definitely going to come back to you tenfold and just be like, hey, someone's going to hit you up like, hey, by the way, you need to do this and this, da 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 da.
Exactly.
So I like that. I get such a humble humility like vibe from you, but you're very confident within your art and your work, and I love that, just because you are a talented individual.
Thank you.
And just to see you just hey what's up, man, like blah blah blah, hey da, da. It's just like I feel like that's gonna make you go even further,
right?
Just because people can be like, oh, you know what, Duhon, like that's my boy, that's the dude, like he's so cool, da 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 da. So I know for me, as somebody that like started producing, I think back in like 2010 2011, before like YouTube really had all of its plethora of knowledge, it was kind of hard figuring out like, oh dude, like how does this fucking DAW system work or whatever,
right.
And and it's just like, bro, like it's crazy. And then on top of that, me transferring, like I guess like morphing into like an artist per se, seeing like trying to figure out, oh, how do I get shows, or how do I promote my music, or this or that, learning it on my own. I think like the first, like, because oh shit, I've been doing this about 10 years now. The first like half of it,
good shit, bro. That takes a lot of dedication, bro. Trust me. 10 years, shit.
Yeah, I just thought about it. I was like, oh shit, I started when I was 16 and now I'm 26.
Look, and we ain't stopping.
No sir. But yeah, like the first half of it, I would say like I was really just like, it was like a slow burn process, because I didn't have too many people willing to give knowledge and stuff like that. So I know for sure the people around you, people that will come in contact with you, will appreciate you so much for just giving them even like that one little token of like, hey, you should probably want to try to do this. Something, because it makes a big difference. And so I commend you on that again.
Thank you.
And I'm going to keep giving you props for things that you probably will get props for later on in life, or you haven't heard props on, just because like I want to shine light on that. Like that's another thing. Just because I'm not sitting here being like, oh, you're just the artist or whatever. It's just like, no, like you're a cool dude, you're a cool person. So I definitely want to say you're amazing for that. I want to ask, how did you get your name?
So I mean, honestly, my name is just my last name.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, which is Duhon. So I mean, it's definitely originated from I'm not sure if it's from Nova Scotia, because I've been trying to look it up myself, which is ridiculous, because it like bounces all over the place. So it's either Nova Scotia, Texas, or Louisiana. Okay. And considering like process of elimination, I take it's either from Texas or Louisiana. Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong, but it is what it is. But it's honestly just my last name. I try to keep it authentic. Yeah. I don't really try to let people see like, oh, it's Duhon, like something else. Yeah. Like, there's days where I'll be sad, bro. There's days I'll be happy. Like, there's days I'll be frustrated. Like, it's just, that's who I am. Yeah. Like, so, I mean, you're either going to get me or you're not, like, you're going to get me regardless. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So, I don't think I would ever switch my name up. Duhon is going to be Duhon regardless. And a lot of people have said they liked it. Yeah, definitely. So I mean, I'm just gonna roll with it. Yeah, no, because
I was just like, the whole time I was just like, I wonder if this was like a nickname that he had or something. And I was just like, I'll figure it out. And then it just wasn't clicking in my head. I was like, I'm not too sure. And then knowing that it's your last name, I think that's so fucking cool. Like, one, you have a cool ass last name. Two, it's easy to remember when you're like, oh yeah, I'm Duhon, the artist. That's my artist name.
And you know what's funny? I used to think, like, in my head, I was like, damn, like, I wonder if I'm copying Drake. Like, I've always thought that. I'm like, damn, like, I hope I'm not, because I was counting the letters out. I was like, damn, like, me and Drake got around like the same
amount of letters.
Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, damn, like, if I ever like encounter him, like, I hope he doesn't think like,
oh, come on, really, bro?
Like, which, I mean, I'm a competitive individual, but it's like,
Definitely.
I mean, you is Drake and I'm Duhon. Like, like, there's no
it's
way
completely
we can
separate
be,
peoples.
you know what I mean?
Like
100%.
Yeah.
So it's like,
well, in my opinion, how I see it too is like three of my favorite, like, of like, I guess what some people would consider like the middle ground of artists between like golden era and this new wave of rappers is Kendrick Lamar. This is his actual real name. J. Cole, that's his actual name. And you have Drake. That's his name.
Exactly.
So it's just like, I think because, again, Nahshon is my middle name. So it's just like I'm using my authentic self as well. So and I tell people all the same things. Like, hey, if you like my music or if you don't like my music, that's me, because like that's what I'm doing. And I appreciate that, just because people can't take that from you. But it's so funny because I think I had the same question. I was like, am I copying this man? Like, I was like, I'm just using my middle name just because I didn't want to use my first name.
Exactly. and honestly, you made a great point as to saying, like, you either like me or don't like me. And to the artists out there, y'all need to learn that it's okay if people don't like your stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, because it ain't meant for them. It's only meant for the people that do like it. Now, the people that don't like it, let them live.
Yes, sir.
You ain't got to force nothing. You ain't got to tell them to listen. They already made their claim. For the people that do want to listen, go ahead. Like, they giving you the pass. Yeah, I just have to put that out there just because, like, I know there's times where I be getting rejected by blogs and stuff like that, and I get rejected by, like, people that I let stream my stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, there comes time where it's like, damn, like, I get a little mad every once in a while, but at the end of the day, like, I just treat it as motivation. It's like, all right, you ain't gonna like this one, but
you gonna like something
for real,
eventually.
Like they see the potential and they see, like, where I'm going with. Yeah. But it's just obviously personally that song isn't for them. Like, I've sent other songs where they were like, okay, this is it. Yeah. Or like, this isn't it. This is it. Like, so it's back and forth. Yeah. And truthfully, I feel like it's okay if people don't like your stuff and people do like your stuff. Like, it's okay if you get a mixed reaction. Yeah. Because it shows that you're working on to something that's better than what they're reacting to.
Definitely.
But yeah, for artists out there, that's a 101 from Duhon.
Man.
I just have to give y'all that.
Hey, we appreciate that here. Yeah. Guys, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Gonna listen to some of Duhon's music, or probably play a video clip or something like that. Something. We're gonna get into our sponsors as well. This is your friendly neighborhood podcast. I'm your host Nahshon. This is Duhon, and we'll be right back. Peace.
Don't forget about me. When you riding in the Benz, make sure you sing about me. She wanna be in my bed, gotta rest assured you probably gave some nigga head, yeah. Hoes gon' be hoes, I can't blame me for trying. Clothes gon' be clothes, we always meant for buying. Gotta stay afloat, captain of the boat. Don't wanna fall in the settlement of being broke. My hopes, my dreams, a little vindictive. My wants, my needs keep me out of the prison. I pray to Father, smoking coke and fixing my collar. Back to the 9 to 5 shift, gotta work a little smarter. That's a code, nobody rocking with you, cause everybody got problems and everybody got issues. We try to mold the best of us with no tissue, so fucking tired of looking, so fucking focus my mental, yeah. In the late nights, I just think how I'm gonna get my money right. Got a blunt roll next to me, do not disturb, I'm not in sight. I'm all alone in this world when I die, don't you try to make a story up. This is the last time I try to deal with you, a stupid fuck. Lesson learned, quick to turn this shit around, but wasting my time worrying about the locations. Pack some herb, lit the gerb, sip some wine to calm my nerves. I'm just overly patient. Seems every time I try to serve, I'm always swerve, pressure the curve in a different dimension.
Check. And we're back in 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, welcome back to your friendly neighborhood podcast. I am your host Nahshon, and this is our awesome guest Duhon.
What's the deal?
Yo, so you kind of dropped us with some knowledge right before we went into the break and everything, and I definitely appreciate that.
I had to.
So I want to ask, when you first started like your music and stuff, did you have anybody to kind of like give you any type of guidance, or was it more or less like you kind of like, oh, I'm kind of in this dark room, kind of bumping around, hitting the walls and stuff until like you found the light switch and stuff like that?
I did. I actually had my sister.
Oh, really?
So yeah. So my sister, she made music before I did.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it was kind of like, it's funny because I always think of it as like when Peter Parker gets bit by the spider.
Yeah.
And like he turns into Spider-Man. That's what I felt like I got bit by. I got bit by the music bug. It's just, it took me a while.
Yeah.
Like there was times where she would be making music and stuff like that, and I would always be sitting there like listening and just watching.
Yeah.
Just because I'm like, dang, like this is cool. Like how does she do this? Like what?
What's going on?
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it was always cool watching her grow, and then I mean, she kind of stopped really quick. Like she stopped around like I think 13 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
That's when she started like really playing basketball like religiously.
Oh, okay.
And then obviously the years went by, and then sooner or later, like once I got into like I think freshman year of college, like, and I think that's what it was. That's when I really started like to get into music, and she's like, okay, like this is good, like you get in there, and then once it came to like this point, then she was like, all right, like you're like you're way better than me. And then once I got that approval, I was like, okay, cool, like let's keep it going. But she's always critiquing me. She's always getting on my head. But I mean, it's all for the good reasons. You know what I mean? Like she's just giving her 2 cents.
Definitely.
And I mean, which is totally fine, because like I definitely take pride in what she says.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's times where I'll rebuttal and say things like, "Nah, this is meant to be here for
for this reason, this reason."
Exactly. But at the end of the day, like she knows it's my music and it's not her on the track.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like whatever you want to drop, whatever pleases you.
Yeah.
Like I'm just here. I will always support you.
Okay.
So I mean, as far as like people having my back 100%, and I mean, I always got family, and I definitely got friends too, 100%. With the friend support, because I mean it's tough, especially as an artist. You're trying to like build a fan base and build a community, you know what I mean? And so there's times where people don't really mess with it, and it's like like I said, you just gotta roll with the punches and figure out your way. Definitely. I don't know if that's how it was like for you. I don't know if did you have anybody that that rocked with you in the beginning?
In the very beginning, I think the only person like in the very beginning would probably be my mom, in the sense.
Shout out the moms. Okay, yeah.
Honestly, just because my mom was the one that bought me, and I will never forget this. She bought me my first FL Studio. She bought me the box. Like it came in the box. It had the disc and everything. And I still have the disc and the box and everything. But she bought it for me. I was 16, and it was for Christmas. And because like I went to her and I told her, I was like, oh hey, I was thinking about I wanted to produce and blah 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 blah. Right. And she was just like, oh okay, cool. She's like, what would you need? And I was like, I'm not too sure. I was like, I'm just looking around. I was like, this yeah. Usually like when it comes to like gifts or something, for me, I'm the most expensive, I guess, one of my parents' children, because I won't ask for a million things. I'll ask for like one thing, but
big ass
one
like,
super and it's like oh okay cool, but it was crazy because I was just like, oh, I don't know how much all these things cost. And then to me, obviously at 16, $100 seems like a lot for like the basic FL version. Of course. And I was just like, oh dang, I was like, oh, I'll just save up my Christmas money and my birthday money and I'll get it eventually. Right. And then Christmas Day, I didn't even know they delivered on Christmas Day. And they dropped it off, and like someone rang the doorbell, and I was like, what the heck? I walked out and I looked at the box and I was like, oh, I was like, yo, I was like, Mom, it was in my mom's name though. I was like, Mom. And she was like, oh, yeah, that's your gift. And I was like, oh, and like I went to my old Sony Vaio laptop and I put it in, and like you could not pull me from that like little laptop. I had no MIDI keyboards.
That's
no
the bug.
it was just
the bug.
How you say like you got bit by that bug. That was literally, and I'm just there, and then people were telling, like I had homies that were like, oh, like I heard FL Studio is hard to learn and blah blah blah. I was just like, nah, if you just sit here for like 2 weeks, like you'll figure it out.
Yeah,
and like. I had, because I didn't even check YouTube or anything like that. I think the first 2 months I didn't check YouTube at all because I didn't know like I could. So I was just like, okay, cool. And then it wasn't until I think my middle of my junior year that I actually met like a old music mentor of mine, and they really helped me out, like, just because they were like, oh, I hear what you're trying to do, so let me just help you structure it,
progress,
and so like, because like as for friends and stuff like that. Nobody at school knew that I did anything. They did not know that I produced or anything, because I think I showed like a handful of 5 people, and like I got like really bad like criticism back for it, and I was just like, but to me I was just like, I get it, I'm terrible right now, but I was like, that's kind of mean. But you know how teenagers are, like they're like,
and you were in high school.
Yeah, I was in high school.
See, like for me, I was just I was the class clown in high school. Like, yeah, I was definitely the goofball.
Okay.
So I think that's what kind of like helped propel it.
Yeah.
I think just the fact that I held like friendships through that high school time.
Definitely.
And real quick, also shout out to the homie Tristan, because if it wasn't for him, bro, I wouldn't have Logic Pro.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there was a time where I was like, the only time I could record is if he was there, because he had the software. So I was like, yo, bro, I was like, do you think I could just grab it from your laptop? He's like, yeah, bro, no problem, no problem. So I was like, okay. And I mean, still to this day on that laptop, I still have it under Tristan's stuff. So like, literally, like without him, I think it would be very, very, very tough to record. And I mean, now I have like the money to buy stuff. Yeah. But at the time, it was like,
it's just like we all started. I was
struggling. I was struggling.
No, trust me,
I ain't had the money, so I was like, damn, it's $200. I'm like, shit. I was like,
I don't know about this.
For real, so it was just the college days. But I mean, we all went through those troubles. I mean, everybody's gonna have a season where they won't have anything, and it's just like. The fact that Tristan did believe in me was like, yo, bro, I'll give you this.
It's like I got you, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. So definitely shout out Tristan, bro.
Shout out to the
you
homies,
definitely
man.
A real one for that.
Definitely. And that's so cool. So just because you kind of made like the reference to Spider-Man, I'm going to ask you I'm going to ask you, because this is probably like another question I'm going to always ask in every episode now. Okay. Out of the 3 Spider-Mans that we've had, who is your favorite Spider-Man?
I'm so happy you're asking me this, because I've gotten this question like 4 times, and I've given the for sure answer. So okay. Tobey is the best like progression Spider-Man.
Okay.
Like we were able to see him from 1, 2, and 3 like progress from the nerd to the Spider-Man badass that he was at the end.
Yeah.
Andrew is like, he's the cool Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's like, he had like he didn't really look as nerdy as Tobey did, and they gave him a little more swagger.
He was like a skater punk, low-key, bro.
So I was like, I'm like, damn, like this is Spider-Man. I'm like, huh?
I was like, it's not Peter, but it's Peter B. Parker or something.
Yeah, it's another universe.
Yeah, he's a different.
So Tom Holland, I think Tom Holland is the best teenage Spider-Man.
Okay.
And I know back then, like when Tobey was doing it, like teenagers obviously, I guess, look like that. I mean, I guess so. Just from the movies. Yeah. I mean, that's why I be hating movies sometimes, because you don't be knowing what they look like back in the day.
Oh, y'all 30 or something?
Everyone was like big and macho. I'm like, I was like,
because me in high school, I did not. I was like 5'4", bro. I was super scrawny and shit, bro.
I was a twig. So yeah, But out of all the 3, the one I appreciate the most is Tobey, just because, like, 1, it's a childhood favorite. Yeah. And 2, like I said, like, you got to see him basically work on himself as a human being. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think that's like it's good motivation to watch it.
Definitely.
So I think besides looking at the action scenes and like all the spider web like swinging and shit like that, I think more so looking at him and seeing him go through his obstacles. Definitely made me enjoy Tobey Maguire more.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
But yeah, that's my. I've always told it just like that because people were like, okay, like fair enough, like because I wasn't just like, oh, Toby. Yeah. Just because he's the coolest. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you have your reasonings.
Exactly. I got my reasons behind it. So I'm not just like, I'm not bullshitting the answer.
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate Spider-Man because it was definitely nostalgic.
I like that. I like that a lot. Another thing that I was going to ask about, I guess, superhero topics we can say on that. I'm going to ask the question. Have you seen all of the MCU movies or majority of them?
It's a lot. And it's funny. I was just watching Thor Ragnarok the other day, and that's by far like the funniest Marvel MCU.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Out of the MCU, like out of the movies, that's by far one of the funniest. I think just because it shows like Thor's comedic side, and it shows
they really revamped him on that.
100%. And I think it definitely showed Hulk's like how like powerful he could be.
Yeah, like, low-key, they kind of I don't know if you're a big comic person like that. They kind of displayed a little like, oh, this is Planet Hulk low-key kind of thing going on there, where he goes to his own planet. And he just turns into a whole like fucking like battle arena icon. I'm just like, because I thought that's what was going on at first. I was like, oh shit, this is Planet Hulk. I'm going crazy. Right. And then I was just like, oh, okay, we don't get to see all of it, but I finally we get to see Thor and Hulk duke it out again. I was like, that's what I'm here for.
So yeah, I haven't. So I'm not the biggest comic. I think I more so pay attention to the movies because I prefer like
a visual kind of thing going on. A whole experience.
Yeah, even reading the comics, bro. Like you could definitely see like the outcome of it, like the ending, the beginning, and the middle and the end. But I think just as a movie, it's kind of all compiled into just like
it's all there.
Like you know what I mean, like a little 2-hour movie.
And sorry if I cut you off. But I like it's so funny because like I do read a lot of the comics. And I guess like some people like some of my friends like they'll crack jokes like, bro, go read your comics or whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever. But they're doing that because like when we go watch these movies or whatever, I let everybody know like, hey, if you're leaving with me, you have to be on time. I don't care if you're a minute late. I'm leaving without you.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to see these movies the day they drop. I don't need no spoilers, no nothing.
I'll go by myself.
And it's so funny because like they'll sit with me and then something will happen in the thing and I'm just like, I was like, hold on, why is this story arc over here with this story arc in my head? And they're like, bro, enjoy the movie. I was like, I'm having a great time. I'm just wondering, what are they doing?
I watch more. I pay attention more than the average like Marvel.
It's just like okay, all right. And it's so funny just because when people tell me like, oh, well, I like the movies more than like, or I pay attention to the movies more than, and I understand that just because like when like. I think we were a little younger, like when the X-Men animation cartoons were going on, and the Spider-Man animation cartoons were going on.
Yeah.
That was what I was tuning into like every other week, trying to keep up with it. And it's funny because I had a conversation with my uncle, who's no longer with us. He would always tell me, he's like, kind of how you check out for the cartoons. He's like, that's how your dad and I would look for like the comic books. And I was just like. I was like, there's a whole other world. And he was just like,
generation. Yeah,
different things. So I definitely understand how you're just like, hey, bro, like, because it's a different experience, especially when you're in those theaters and you have a bunch of people that are invested as well. You hear, I was like, bro, when I saw Endgame, like the week it came out, I saw it 4 times. I'm not ashamed to say it, but I'm also not super proud to say it.
I don't blame you.
Because the first time I saw it, I was just overwhelmed. I was like, oh my God. And then the second time I was like, I didn't even catch this. And like, there were so many like callbacks to so many different things. And I was just like, wow, like this was a really good, like, I think 10 years of them building up to like this one cinematic event. It's not even a movie to me. Right. It's just a big event because anytime I watch it, I'm just like,
it's a last hurrah.
I was like, bro, this is crazy. And then obviously now we're going into phase 4 for the MCU and stuff. And I'm just like, dude, like,
how do you feel about it?
After Endgame, you can ask like myself or the homie Adam Black or whatever. Like we were at this time we were still working together. Yeah. And I was just like, we were just bummed. We were just like, that was it. That was the big bad guy. Like I don't know what to do with myself because around that year, Game of Thrones ended. Star Wars last movie came out. Geez. The Marvel Cinematic Universe for Thanos' like Infinity Saga finally stopped, and I was just like, as like the nerd geek culture, we were just like, where do we empty? Where do we go from here? And then like they threw out Spider-Man, and if you haven't noticed, I'm a big Spider-Man fan. But
Fire Room, by the way, though. Yeah,
I appreciate you.
Fire Room, by the way. Shout out Spidey.
Yeah. But when they threw out Spider-Man, like as for like that last one for that caps the phase 3, and then we'll start the phase 4. I was just like, holy shit. I was like, this was one of my favorite Spider-Man films visually because Mysterio, bro. Yeah. Oh my goodness! Some of those scenes pulled straight from the comics, and seeing those comic book pages come to life like that, I was just like, oh, this is different. And then like the spin that they put on everything, I was like, okay. But like, I love that. And like, I kind of wanted to like tie that into with the take on like the source material. And then they give us the visuals as in like kind of how you've done with music and like the music videos that you've given us. And I took part of it, and I think on one of your posts you and you can tell me what video it is just because I'm not too familiar with the title. Right. You in one of your posts you said you finished this video in the Bay Area.
Yeah, so I think you're referring to Hustle and Grind. Yes. So Hustle and Grind is literally probably the only music video I have out right now, and reason being was because that whole last year when I was dropping music, we were supposed to have like a good like 4 to 5 music videos. Yeah. Like and this is where my sister also comes into play because she directed actually the Hustle and Grind video.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so she went from rapper turned to like film director.
That's hard. I like that. That's fire.
So like when I say I have a team, like I definitely have a team of people that I can rely on. Yeah. And that if we wanted to go forth with something, then we can definitely go ahead. But yeah, when we first did the filming in Carlsbad, which is like a resort that we were chilling at, and a couple of the scenes are actually from the resort, and then majority of the other scenes are like right on the I'm not familiar with the freeway. I think it's the 70 something. I think when you go down Carlsbad. But it was literally like on Carlsbad Beach Road. Yeah. So we were definitely we filmed that whole day. Shout out to the people that participated too. Shout out Hunter, shout out Cody, Eric, the homie Ben, Nate, and then like a couple others I want to say. And yeah, shout out the family too, the cousins. Yeah, the cousins participated in that as well. There you go. Hey. Everyone gotta eat. You know what I mean? Everybody gotta eat. But when we filmed that, we did a couple of the scenes there, and then we kind of stopped because obviously we were just trying to relax and have a good time because it was the day of my birthday too. So
shit!
Like,
okay, nice.
So it was just like I was like, this is what I want to do. Like I want to make a music video. Yeah. So we did that, and then we realized that it wasn't enough of the scene, so we were just like, all right, we got to do something else. And I was like, well, if I have to go up to Oakland, then I have to go up to Oakland. So
he said it ain't nothing.
So yeah, so it was like she was like, all right, book a flight, boom, boom, boom. Literally right after my class, I was like, I gotta go straight to the airport. Like, bro, can you drop me off? Yeah. Like, so I went, and then I came back, and it was we shot for like I think a good day and like a chunk of the rest of another day. And I came back, and I was so tired. I came back to class, and I was like, Professor, I'm sorry. Like, if I feel lackluster, like, I just don't, like, I'm not trying to be this way at the moment. She was like, I totally understand. She's like, how was the trip? And I was like, it was a long trip, but it was a successful trip. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
So, yeah, some of the stuff is filmed in the Bay, and if you see in like the end of the music video, you can definitely see like a spot of the Golden Gate Bridge, which I think is so cool because it kind of like the video is I mean, people have their own theories of the video. One of my sister's homies came up with the theory and was like, it looks like he went from, cause like the braids to the afro. it's kind of like he's disguising with the whole environment.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, if you wanna put it that way, like I'll roll with it, cause one of the scenes I definitely like grab a bag of money and kind of just like walk my way and basically do like just hustle and grind basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was definitely how we envisioned the video going as far as like the song was based. Yeah, I was very pleased with the music video, and I think definitely got me some notoriety from a lot of other people that were like, okay, like this is something like I definitely have to stay tuned for. You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out everybody. Shout out my sister for definitely giving me the confidence to be like, you got this.
I like that.
Just do what you got to do.
Definitely. I fuck with that, bro. We're gonna go to another commercial break.
Another joint.
And then we'll be right back, guys, and we'll get to the next segment. I appreciate y'all. This is your Friendly Neighborhood Podcast. I'm your host, Nahshon. This is Duhon. We'll see y'all.
Yeah, you know you remember me. Saw you stand, but you looked away. Inside my vivid memory. Translation when you're sharing, cause I wait for your love, that body, you want something just like me. Press OK, send a message, I'm gon' be available for you. Let's get a table room for two. So what's the hold up? Just got my hair cut. Bubble the bag, baby, please don't do that. She telling me so what? You need to know some. Auto chase for a man that likes me, and I'm kinda lost, little days confused. You was acting like the slut used to talk about in school, and that ain't a damn play. But baby girl, I heard you play the hard way. You fucking me up, pushing my buttons, twisting my luck. Writing something, now I'm just stuck. I end it with nothing, slide in a rut. Had a few, but I can manage what your image is, huh? And I think that you should just keep your promise. Yeah, quit being toxic, you're out of pocket. Why you complain? I'm just saying what I'm saying. If the shoe fits and I saw you, I'd have had my fair share of some things in the past, but a nigga froze when I saw you. Baby, I'm getting tempted by your affection.
We're back in 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, welcome to your Friendly Neighborhood Podcast. I am your host Nahshon, and this is the super dope Duhon.
What is the deal, y'all?
All right, cool. Well, you kind of just told us about a lot of different things of just like favorite Spider-Mans, your process and what you did for your music video and stuff like that. Gave us some knowledge in the very beginning. I'm gonna ask you a little bit more, I guess like more personal kind of thing.
Okay.
Do you play video games?
I do. I've been trying to stop and focus more on music.
I feel it, definitely.
But there's every once in a while I tend to get out of the zone.
Okay.
And just into that zone.
Just like kind of unwind a little bit, kind of relax,
much.
Give yourself some time to like, let me turn off my creative brain real quick and just go through here.
And just stand by for a little bit.
So I'm gonna ask, what are some of like your favorite type of video games to play?
So first off, I enjoy sports video games.
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah. I think the main video games I would definitely play are like NBA Live when it was cool back in the day.
Okay.
I'm a firm believer in NBA Live actually coming back. I don't care what nobody say.
Okay.
I'll be that weirdo that because I believe in NBA Live. I believe in EA Sports will bring it back sooner or later.
I feel it. I know when the PlayStation 1 was relevant to me.
Shout out PS1.
Yeah, shout out PS1 because on the PlayStation 1, that was my first basketball game that I can really remember.
Hell
was
yeah.
NBA Live '98.
Damn.
Yeah.
Who was on? Do you know who was on the cover?
I
by
have
chance?
no fucking clue, my
dang.
guy. I couldn't
I'm
even
trying
tell
to think.
you.
I'm trying to think, cause see, I'm a nerd when it comes to stuff like that. I be liking the game covers too.
Yeah.
I think that's what definitely intrigues me to play a game. 100%.
Yeah. But like, you couldn't tell little young me nothing because like I was putting up numbers, bro. Like, and I would use like random teams too, cause I had no idea what the fuck I was doing.
But it was shooting.
Yeah, I'm just shooting, doing my thing. I'm like, oh hell yeah, this is tight. But you ask me to play any like sports games now, terrible. I do not do it, bro.
What button is this?
Like playing 2K, NBA Live, Madden, and all that shit. Like I am garbage unless it's like UFC, but I consider that still like a fighting game anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it's tactical though.
Yeah,
it definitely takes some skill.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Just because, but that's so crazy. Because I play Super Smash Brothers. That's like my game.
Yeah,
like,
that was my cousin's game.
Yeah.
They played that shit religiously. Every time I came over to the crib, it was like, if it wasn't Super Smash Bros, bro, it was probably something like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like it was either we playing on the GameCube or we playing on the handheld. Like,
okay,
you know what I mean?
It.
And shout out to the Game Boy SPs and the Game Boy Advances, bro.
I was trying to explain to somebody the SP was like just fucking
revolutionary. I lost my SP, bro.
No.
I was so mad. Okay, so I was at Burger King, right? And I remember this vividly. I was at Burger King with my dad, and then my dad was like trying to rush me because we had to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And I ended up leaving my SP on the table, bro. Bro, it was probably one of the saddest days as a kid. Bro. Like, it was all red too, and like I missed exactly the sound and everything. Man, the little
you had the one with the backlight, I think it's like the 101 model or whatever.
I think so, and that's what pissed me off, bro. I was like, this shit was valuable.
Had a backlight and everything. You could see it through the sun and whatnot. Like,
man, it was and it was just a sad day in Christian's world, bro. It was
R.I.P. the SP, bro.
I couldn't. Yeah, man. All I know is I was gifted a GameCube after.
Oh my god.
And I think it was this one. This is the platinum one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Man, I was gifted that, and that was a wrap.
The GameCube, bro. The GameCube is probably one of my favorite consoles like ever. Top tier for
and I used to play NBA Street on that. And
oh my god!
Yeah, see, and I think everybody can appreciate the NBA or the EA Street vibe because it was just so easy to play.
Yeah,
like you either shoot, pass, or dribble, or steal, or block the ball.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's it. Like there was no other components on how
NBA
to do this.
And then I think NBA Street, and then what was it, NFL Street too?
Oh yeah,
bro, running on the wall in the second one. I was going stupid in that game.
I don't know why they stopped it. I don't know why.
Because they can take all my money right now.
Pretty much at this point.
If anybody has a copy of those two games for the GameCube, you can take all my money right now. I do not care.
I feel you on that.
Because in some small capacity, I collect certain video games and stuff like that. Ones that I have a sentimental value for. One of them. Did you ever play Def Jam Fight for NY or Def Jam Vendetta?
So I think I played one of the Def Jams. I don't know if it was.
Were you able to pick up any weapons or anything?
I'm trying to remember because see, this is when my cousins would have the game.
Yeah.
So it's I wasn't really I was able to watch, but I wasn't able to play. So it was
damn.
Cause you gotta wait till I die, bro, and then they die, and you don't be paying attention, and
they just start up another game.
Exactly, and it's damn, bro, you grind me, but I get it, cause I be the same way to my little cousins, bro, and they caught on to it, but I think dang, I forgot what we were talking about.
Oh, just
Def Jam, huh?
If you play the Def Jam.
Yeah, maybe, but I think it was just more so I think I was watching it more so than playing it. You know what I mean?
Man, that's my shit though.
See,
again, another fighting game. But it's funny because it kind of ties into when I was talking about being a collector of video games. I paid $100 just to get a copy of that game. And that was the cheapest that I could find a copy of that game online. I was hot, bro, because I went into because I have my certain little spots where I can find certain good deals, but everybody was just hey, if you can find it under $150, just buy it. And I was just damn,
for real,
all right, for sure, bro. I was I got to spend a bill on this. I was all right, but as soon as I bought it, bro, I popped that game in, and I was just oh, worth it.
This was worth, yeah. It was worth every memory all the memories just
oh, I was just oh, yeah, this is beautiful.
It's the cerebral in Professor
definitely.
X's. You just start seeing every sheet oh, damn, this is why.
You're oh, my God.
Exactly.
And then another thing that I wanted to kind of talk to you about.
Yeah.
just because your shoes. Did you ever? Were you a big Xbox person? Just because your shoes remind me of like
you know it's funny. I was just talking to my sister about this Xbox game that we played, and it was Jet Set Radio.
Oh, bro, I have Jet Set Radio. I fucking love that game.
Oh, you don't understand, bro. That bit, bro. And shout out to Jared over here. I know
sir.
what's it called. Yeah. Shout out Jared over there. He I was just talking to him about it not that long ago.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, bro, I used to just skate and like
all
fuck
day,
around.
bro. I didn't give a fuck about what's going on. I was just
me,
like,
bro.
Yeah, I'll skate.
Whatever was shooting at me, I was chilling, bro. It took me a while. Once I got older, I was like, okay, this is how you play the game. And once I was able to play it, like the storyline all made sense.
Yeah.
So I think that was one of the games, man. And me and my sister were actually talking about it too, and she was just laughing like, yo, this was definitely a game, like, because I always used to hog her Xbox.
Yeah.
Man. And yeah, shout out the Off-Whites shoes.
Going crazy.
Yeah, I'm a definite sneakerhead though, for sure. I definitely take pride in my sneakers.
Yeah.
But
I feel like you got like some wild ass.
They do look like the X. Yeah, you know it's funny. I got these pair where it's all the windbreaker material.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so like literally you could go in the rain in them joints and it just like washes off.
I need some of them.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they may still be in my closet. I don't know if I gave them up. I don't think I did, just because the concept of that shoe was so ridiculous.
Wild, bro. That's fucking crazy.
But I definitely enjoyed those kind of shoes, like this kind of shoe. Like this is like all rubber and like, there's just certain. It looks. And y'all can make fun of it. It may look like a bowling shoe, or it may look like an Osiris, like back in the day. But it is what it is. Like these shoes are fire, and I definitely these are some shoes I definitely won't give up.
Oh yeah, please don't. Those things are crazy. They're an eye catcher for sure.
Yeah, back to the Xbox though. Like do you ever remember when Xbox used to have like preset music?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is this one specific song, bro, and I wish I was able to find it. I probably can find it if I really like deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just so catchy and soothing. Like as a kid, like playing it, I was like, damn, I'm like, what song is this? And me and my sister used to just vibe. We didn't know what the song said. But it was just like, yo, this is it. Like this is the Xbox.
Yeah.
This is the Xbox. But
man,
yeah, sports games was definite. I think the older I got, I mean, I kind of got into Call of Duty, but I'd be ass, bro.
Bro, I'm terrible at shooter games.
I just play it just because the homies got it. You know what I mean?
Shit, I don't even do that.
You see, like I'm just like, yo, I'm like.
I play when I'm at their house.
See, if I'm feeling like, yeah, you know, I could probably do some damage on Call of Duty. I'll download it and then I'm just like, yeah, I lied.
Yeah,
like,
I'll be lying to myself.
Lied to myself, bro.
It's so funny because like my friends already know off the top, like I'll be like, oh, we can play Smash. Like I handle myself in Smash, do my thing, cool. But as soon as like I start whooping ass too much in that game, they're like, hey, let's play COD.
Hey, bro,
I'm like,
yeah.
I look at them, I'm like, you know exactly goddamn why.
Let me play my game now.
Like, nah, bro, fuck that. But it's hilarious just because like seeing the homies play COD, bro. Like if you have homies that play COD, they play fucking COD,
bro.
Like they be doing some shit, or like they have like their whole like profile equipped up with like
literally.
Like, bro, what the fuck does that even mean?
It's ridiculous. The homie DeMarco, Jordan, and EJ, and the homie Q, they always be playing that shit, and it's like. And it's funny because when I play, I'm like, yo, like, don't expect me to do
anything, bro.
Anything. Like, I'm just a body at this point, bro.
I'm just
like,
an NPC in the background.
Literally, like, I may be out in the open and I may just get hit by a sniper, but, but just be happy I'm here.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
just enjoy
it's
the
vibes. It's the vibes that y'all can laugh at me. Go ahead, but. When we play 2K, I hold my ground.
Yeah.
And they may, and if they watching this, they may talk some shit, but it's all good. I already made my mixtape. already solidified myself as
I'm
a
cool.
Exactly.
I'm cool.
I'm straight.
I don't gotta worry about
go
nothing.
check out the 2K mixtape, bro.
Yeah.
If y'all not believing how good I am, bro. I'm good. I'm nice.
He out
I'm
here,
nice.
bro.
I may lose a couple times, maybe a handful, but that's okay.
He said that's it.
We can't be Michael Jordan every time in the finals,
man.
Like, we gotta be LeBron sometimes. You know what I mean?
We
gotta take some L's, but the dubs that we take are
still the great.
Exactly. Delayed W's. That's exactly how I see it,
that's
bro.
What it is.
but yeah, nah. Call of Duty was definitely a cool one. I mean, I be playing the trendy games every once in a while. I know me and Jared, we used to play Fall Guys, bro.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
See, look, he even said it. Yeah, bro. We played Fall Guys for like a good month and a half. And it got too frustrating because I was like, yo, I'm dying second round every time. And this ain't pretty. This ain't this ain't fun when your homies is like at the final round, like, hey, bro, I'm here. And you just spectating like,
all right.
Like, oh, I hope you make it.
Said
bro.
my blood
pressure
going high.
Exactly. Yo, you're like, I'm about to go get some food, bro. Like, let me know when y'all finished. But I mean, yeah, we played Fall Guys for a little bit, and then we kind of all just stopped.
Yeah.
I think like the older you get, it's just kind of tough. Like, you know, setting aside certain things like that, like playing video games and like actually hanging out with the homies. But I think video games is something that really connects you with your homies, like especially from like on the other side of the world.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think for me, it's definitely it's definitely a good way to communicate, especially if you're like just trying to chill out with the homies and just have like a little activity on top of that. I mean, especially with COVID and everything going on, it's rough.
Yeah.
So I think having that communication like through video games is 100% dope.
It's another way to connect with everybody.
Right.
And it's super cool just because the communities are built from that.
Yeah.
So that's super awesome. I want to say two things.
Mm-hmm.
One, congratulations on being a college graduate.
Thank
from
you.
CBU.
Yes, man.
Shout out to CBU in Riverside.
Shout out CBU, bro. Shout out Lance up. I'll do it. As corny as it is,
there you go.
I support it.
But I just wanted to congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
Just because I know you graduating last year with everything that was going on.
Yeah.
Some people, like, you guys didn't even really get to walk for the most part. It was just like more of a virtual kind of thing going on.
Yeah, it was.
So I want to say I want to give you your flowers there.
Thank you.
And then I also want to ask, I guess it's like a dual question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have coming up next? Like, what is in store for all of your fans, listeners, supporters?
Mm-hmm.
And then please insert all of your social medias.
Okay,
and stuff.
most definitely.
And then we'll start to like fade out of here.
Okay, that's a bet. So I mean we're gonna be basically doing the same thing as last year.
Okay.
12 songs. It's gonna be a story based. And I know it. And I told my fans last year I was supposed to compile the songs together from my last year.
Yeah.
Into like a little playlist. That way you could listen to it in order.
Yeah.
And when I mean by order, just like basically how the story was supposed to be built.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm just trying to basically produce this year as well. But definitely expect something different.
Okay.
As far as like elements go. It'll still be the same like Duhon sound.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this year is kind of when people will realize like, okay, this is his sound. This is what he's going for. And this is what we're soon to expect like later in the future. And I think for me, it's at this point it's just about challenges.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just setting goals and setting personal goals and then also setting long-term goals as well. Because I mean it's good to set like short-term goals, but once you reach those short-term goals, like there's gonna obviously be another goal that you're gonna want to achieve.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think as far as the music goes, definitely expect that.
Okay.
I've been trying to get into some music videos, but just with all this Corona stuff going on, like I'm not even trying to make it an excuse either.
Taking your safety precautions,
you
making
know what
sure
I
everyone
mean?
around you is cool.
And the way I see music videos, I really see it more as a tool instead of a necessity.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like usually when people do drop the music video, that gives them like a little more buzz.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem dropping a song and then 2 years later the music video comes out. You know what I mean? I mean, Bryce,
it's bound to pick up.
Exactly.
With something.
Sooner or later.
Someone's going to watch it anyway.
Right. You already got the traction from the song. So, I mean, at this point, you're basically just drawing the people from the that enjoyed the song to the music video. And, I mean, so on and so forth as you're advertising it. And what was the other question?
Oh, just give us your social medias.
Oh yeah, so yeah, if you want to know how to spell my name first, it's Duhon. So that's David Umbrella. I don't even know
horse.
Yeah, horse. Octopus, and then Nancy. Yeah, there you go, bro. So if you want to know how to spell it, that's exactly how you spell it. My Twitter handle should be at basically my last name, Duhon _29. My Instagram is basically Duhon29.
Yeah.
And the reason for number 29 is just because it's my birthday.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, it's not because I'm the 29th, like Duhon, and you know what I mean. Like it ain't nothing special but a birthday.
Is it February 9th?
For my birthday?
For your birthday?
No, so I'm a Leo. So okay. So July 29th.
July 29th.
Yeah.
Okay, July 29th.
Right. Shout out all the July babies. Yeah. And I'm not even like the biggest on like horoscopes. I just be saying I'm a Leo just because it's like
people. Okay.
Oh, you're a Leo.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Exactly.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Like
Leo.
he has like the personality traits and all that stuff. And it's like damn. But there's times though.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. There's times where it be spot on, bro, and you just be like, damn, like, do they be watching? Like, they be like, or is this like what is this? But nah, definitely a summer baby, and I think me being who I am, I think I guess as Leos, like you definitely have like a creative process.
Yeah. From
what I've read. But yeah, back to the social medias. So yeah, just at Duhon29 on Instagram, at Duhon _29 on Twitter. Those are pretty much the only two that I really be active on.
Okay. That's cool too.
Yeah, and I don't really and I mean if you want to check out the Spotify, Apple Music, it's just my last name. I'm sure Spotify can do the rest.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Apple Music as well. But yeah, no, appreciate you being here. This is dope.
I appreciate you.
It was just pretty. It was very, very, very authentic. You know what I mean? It wasn't no showboating, no nothing. It's just we in a room chilling.
Just homies.
Yeah, Jared over there in the back, just on the revolving chair. Yeah. So he chilling over there, posted. Oh, but yeah, no, shout out the platform too.
Appreciate you.
I definitely give you props for doing stuff like this because it takes time, bro.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And the fact that you're doing this for other artists and trying to build and grow, I think that's what's going to make you as an individual just grow even more.
Well, I appreciate that.
Thank you. Definitely kudos for that, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, and shout out the Neighborhud.
Yes, sir. Yes,
sir.
Shout
out the Neighborhud. I fuck with the name too. The name's heavy.
Appreciate you. All right, guys. This was Duhon. I am your host, Nahshon. This is your Friendly Neighborhood podcast, and we are out. And remember, stay friendly.
Stay friendly, y'all.
Peace.
Good vibes.